Hello, everyone, and welcome to iSucceed's virtual back to school night for quarter two. I am Mrs. Seacamp, and I am your advisory teacher. So let's talk just a little bit about myself, about what advisory is, and then kind of some tips and tricks to help you be successful here at iSucceed. So, first of all, how to contact me. Again, my name is Mrs. Seacamp. In your Google, uh, in your Google Chats, in your Google email, if you just look up my name, Samantha Seacamp, you should be able to find me and send me a contact super easy. Okay. I know it's spelled a little weird. Everyone wants to spell it with a C, but it is Seekamp. So, three different ways you can contact me. You can contact me by phone. I have a Google Voice number, which is 425 943 9178. And you can call or text that number. So if you don't like talking on the phone, that's totally fine. You can text that number and I will text you back on it. That's totally fine. You can always email me at sccamp at isucceedvhs.net. So that's SSEEKAMP at isucceedvhs.net. Or probably the easiest and fastest way to contact me is through using IM. So when you are in Google, when you're in your Google Mail, you will see that there's like an IM or a chat function, and it's super easy to just look me up in that chat function and send me an IM through that. And that is, yeah, like I said, usually the quickest way for me to get back to you. Um, so it, but it just kind of depends on the day and what's going on. It will always get back to you within 24 hours. Some days, it might be I don't get back to you until a little bit later in the afternoon, but usually I try and keep up with my chats throughout the day and then try and catch up early the next morning for anything I missed overnight. So I do my best to keep on top of that. But if you need anything urgently, feel free to call or text me. That being said, if you want to know just a little bit about me as your kind of advisory teacher, like I said, my name is Samantha Seacamp. I was born and raised in Idaho. I still live in Idaho today, obviously, just like all of us do. I live in Mountain Home currently, and I mostly am a history teacher. So I love history. I love things like anthropology and paleontology and forensic science and all of those types of things that kind of help us learn more about our history as a species, as well as the kind of historical record. I love all of it. I also really love animals. I don't have any animals bothering me right now, but it wouldn't surprise me if a cat or two jumped on my desk at some point during this. So I've got got a few animals running around here. That's just a tiny bit about me. But now you might be asking, what actually is advisory, right? And the way you can think of it is kind of like a homeroom in a brick and mortar school. I'm kind of the person for you to have to just kind of touch base with. I'm basically here to be your point person and to help you out with whatever you need help with. If you have attendance questions, if you have questions about how you can get involved in the community and things like clubs, if you need assistance contacting your content teachers, right? If you're like, hey, I don't quite know how to reach out to my science teacher. I can go in and I can say, all right, here is your science teacher, or I can tell you who your counselor is, or anybody else that you need to reach out to. I can help make those connections. And I'm also here for just kind of general questions about iSucceed, right? Basically, like I said, I am your support. If you have a question that you're not quite sure about, I'm probably the person to go to first to get that question answered. Now, that does not include questions about your actual classes, unfortunately. So if you're having issue with a math assignment, reach out to your math teacher first, right? I can help you get in contact with your math teacher, but I can't actually answer the question about the math assignment because I'm not a math teacher. I'm not great with math, right? But I can help you kind of make those connections if you need them. So that's my role. My number one role is to help you complete your lessons and to help you be successful at iSucceed. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit of a couple of tips just to kind of help, especially if you're new, some things that can be helpful to make sure that you do complete those classes. And the first one is log in every day of the week and do at least a little bit of work. I know, I totally understand. I am a procrastinator as well. It is something that I've had to work really, really, really hard on to not procrastinate so much. Um, but I promise you, it is much, much easier to get these classes done if you log in every day and just do a little bit of work. All you have to do is just 2 lessons a day in any of your classes, Monday through Friday, and you will be solid for attendance for that week, right? So when you are looking at your classes, you'll see things that say like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. All of those are one lesson. And then when you move on, you'll see 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, and then that's a second lesson, right? So you just have to do 2 of those lessons a week, and you will be, or sorry, 2 of those lessons a day, 10 total of those lessons a week, and you'll be good to go, right? On top of that, even if you aren't necessarily logging in every single day, even if you're like, hey, I work 5 days a week and only have like 2 days that I can really get work done, so I have to do like 5 lessons in those 2 days, that's fine, but try not to get behind, right? Make sure that you are doing your at least weekly lessons, because if you get behind, it can be really difficult to catch up. And remember that we are not doing any extensions. So if you get to the last Friday of the quarter and it's like 11:50 and you're at like a 56% in your class, but you can't quite make it to that 60% passing, there's not going to be any extensions, right? So definitely try not to get behind. And on the flip side of that, I highly recommend trying to get ahead a little bit, right? Say you have a good open day. You're feeling it. You're like, yeah, I'm understanding these lessons. Maybe your lesson 6 of your math class was shorter than normal. Well, then do the next lesson, or at least get started on the next lesson. If you complete all of your work early, if say you complete all of your classes the week before the quarter ends, then congratulations. You just have an extra week of break essentially. So the earlier you can get stuff done, the better. So try your best to get ahead so that if something does happen later in the quarter as well, you're a little bit ahead, and it's not a big deal if you have to, not do a lesson or 2 on Monday. You can skip that day because you're a little bit ahead. Okay. And then the fourth tip that is really, really important is that communication at iSucceed is key. We're not face to face, right? I can't physically see you struggling with an assignment. I can't see the confused look on your face. And I also can't see, when you understand something or when you're excited about something. So always, always, always communicate with your teachers and with me. Do you have any question? Are you struggling with an assignment? Do you just want to chat with something and say, hey, I learned this really, really, really cool thing in my English class and I want to tell somebody about it, or I want to tell my teacher that I thought it was really cool? Please reach out to your teachers. That is what we are here for. We are here to help you always. So always, always, always reach out to us with anything at all that you need. That is our jobs. That is what we are here for. Okay. So, all of that being said, I hope to see you at the back to school night. If you have time to drop by my office hours and chat. But otherwise, like I said, feel free to reach out to me. Can't wait to get you to know you all, and have a great quarter, everybody. Bye.